Have you ever walked into your grandparents' house and noticed a very distinct smell? It's not necessarily bad, just different. Some people even call it the old person smell. But what is it really? Is it just the house, the clothes, or is it something happening inside the body? Today we're diving into the science and the truth behind why older people smell different and what can be done about it. You might be surprised. It's not about hygiene. It's not about perfume. It's something much deeper. So stay with us. Let's start with a question many people are too polite to ask out loud. But they've definitely thought about it. Is old person smell real? Or is it just a rude stereotype? Well, as awkward as it may sound, it's real. And science backs it up. Researchers have studied this phenomenon extensively, and they've identified a very specific chemical behind it, 2-nonenal. It's a volatile organic compound that tends to show up more in people over the age of 40 and especially after the age of 60. So no, you're not imagining things. That subtle scent you sometimes notice in older folks' homes, clothing, or even on their skin, that's 2-nonenal at work. What does it smell like? People describe it as a kind of musty, slightly oily, grassy, or even cardboard-like scent. It's not always offensive or strong, but it is distinctive. Think of it like a background note in a perfume. Not in your face, but definitely present. It tends to settle into fabrics, furniture, and personal belongings, lingering in places even when the person isn't around. Now here's where it gets interesting, and maybe even a little surprising. This smell. It has nothing to do with hygiene. Yes, really. You could take 2 showers a day, use expensive soap, wear clean clothes, and still have this scent. And it's not because you've done anything wrong. It's because 2-nonenal isn't caused by dirt or sweat. It's caused by a natural change happening inside your body. As we age, our body goes through thousands of tiny changes that we don't always notice, until we do. One of those changes happens right on the surface of our skin. Our skin produces oils, called sebum, that help protect it and keep it soft. But after a certain age, the composition of that oil starts to shift. Specifically, the body begins producing more omega-7 unsaturated fatty acids, which then oxidize when exposed to air. And this oxidation? That's what creates 2-nonenal. It's like a slow, invisible transformation that happens over time, completely naturally. It's not a sign of poor hygiene. It's not because someone hasn't done laundry. It's just biology. And you know what's even more fascinating? In scientific studies where people were asked to sniff clothing samples worn by different age groups without knowing who wore what, many participants could actually detect a difference. Older individuals had a noticeably different scent, even though they were clean, healthy, and freshly showered. Now here's something to think about. We often associate certain smells with memories. The scent of crayons might remind you of childhood. Freshly baked cookies, grandma's kitchen, and that old person smell. For many people, it triggers memories of safety, warmth, and love, like the comforting scent of your grandfather's chair or the cozy hug from your elderly aunt. So yes, old person smell is real, but maybe it's time to stop thinking of it as something negative and start understanding it for what it is. A perfectly natural part of aging, rooted in science, biology, and time. It's not shameful. It's human. And just like we accept wrinkles, gray hair, and slower metabolism as part of growing older, maybe it's time we extend that same compassion to our sense of smell too. So now that we know old person smell is real, you might be wondering, where exactly does this mysterious 2-nonenal come from? Why does it seem to appear like clockwork once we hit a certain age? Let's break it down. The process actually begins on the surface of your skin, with something your body produces every single day, sebum. Sebum is the natural oil your skin secretes to keep itself moisturized and protected. It's your body's own built-in skincare system, and when you're younger, it helps keep your skin looking fresh and healthy. But as we get older, that same sebum begins to change. After around the age of 40, the composition of our skin oils shifts. Specifically, we begin producing more of a type of fatty acid known as omega-7 unsaturated fatty acids. These fatty acids are more prone to oxidation, which means when they come into contact with the oxygen in the air, they start to break down. That breakdown process creates, you guessed it, 2-nonenal. What's important to understand here is that this reaction happens regardless of how often you bathe or how clean your skin is. It's a chemical reaction, not a cleanliness issue. You can wash your skin, but if your body is still producing these oxidizing fatty acids, the 2-nonenal will continue to form. It's like trying to stop the wind. It's part of nature. But the story doesn't end there. This change in sebum is just one piece of a much larger puzzle. As we age, our metabolism slows down. Our bodies become less efficient at breaking down fats, hormones, and waste products. That means more metabolic byproducts begin to accumulate, and some of these compounds get secreted through the skin. Over time, these subtle changes in our body's chemistry can alter how we smell, even if we haven't changed anything about our hygiene habits. Then there's the hormonal angle, and this is a big one. As we age, levels of important hormones like estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone begin to decline. These hormones don't just affect your mood, muscle mass, or reproductive system. They also play a key role in regulating your sweat glands, oil production, and how your body regenerates skin cells. Think of hormones like the conductors of an orchestra. When they're in balance, your body plays a beautiful, harmonious tune. But when hormone levels begin to drop, the music changes, and so does your scent. This hormonal shift causes the skin to become thinner, drier, and more vulnerable to the oxidative process that produces 2-nonenal. There's also another factor. The renewal rate of skin cells slows down. When you're young, your skin sheds and replaces itself regularly like a well-oiled machine. But with age, that process becomes slower and less efficient. Dead skin cells can accumulate on the surface, trapping oils and contributing to that lingering scent. And here's the thing. It's all completely natural. It's not a disease, it's not a hygiene issue. It's not a sign of poor self-care. It's simply your body adjusting to a new phase of life, where internal chemistry begins to shift in subtle but powerful ways. So the next time someone notices that their body odor smells different as they get older, or if you notice it in a parent or grandparent, remember, this is biology, not blame. It's no different than getting gray hair, losing a bit of muscle tone, or needing reading glasses. Your body is evolving, and while the scent of 2-nonenal might be new, it's just one more sign that you've lived, grown, and earned the experience of age. By now we know that 2-nonenal is the key player in the distinct scent associated with aging. But it's not working alone. Think of it like the lead actor in a movie. Powerful, yes, but the supporting cast plays a big role in shaping the whole performance. There are several everyday factors that can either amplify or soften the natural scent changes we go through as we age. Let's explore some of the most important ones. Some may surprise you. 1. Diet. You are what you eat. And sometimes, what you smell like. Food isn't just fuel. It's chemistry. And every bite you take eventually influences the way your body smells, from your breath to your skin. A diet that's high in sugar, saturated fats, red meat, and heavily processed foods can increase inflammation in the body, slow down detoxification processes, and ultimately make your body odor stronger and more unpleasant. On the flip side, a diet low in fruits, vegetables, and antioxidants deprives your body of the tools it needs to fight off free radicals, the unstable molecules that contribute to oxidative stress and, yes, the formation of 2-nonenal. Some studies even suggest that people who eat more plant-based foods, such as leafy greens, citrus fruits, herbs, and whole grains, tend to have a more neutral or even pleasant natural scent. That's because these foods support liver function, improve digestion, and reduce toxic buildup in the bloodstream and sweat glands. So while no salad will eliminate nonenal, the right foods can certainly help tone it down. 2. Medications. Healing comes with side effects. As we age, most of us find ourselves relying on one or more medications to manage blood pressure, cholesterol, arthritis, or other chronic conditions. While these meds are often essential for health and longevity, they can come with unintended side effects, including changes to body odor. Certain medications alter how the body metabolizes fats, breaks down toxins, or regulates fluid levels. Some might affect the function of the liver or kidneys, which are responsible for filtering out waste. Others may influence how much you sweat or urinate, or even change the pH level of your skin. And when waste isn't processed as efficiently, the body finds other ways to get rid of it, often through the skin, where it can contribute to a stronger or more unusual odor. Additionally, some medications cause dry mouth, leading to stronger breath odors, or alter gut bacteria, which affects digestion and smell from the inside out. In short, medications may save lives, but they can also change how we smell in subtle and not so subtle ways. 3. Health conditions. When the body sends a signal. Sometimes a noticeable change in body odor isn't just a cosmetic concern, it's a warning sign. Certain medical conditions can produce very distinct scents. Kidney disease can cause a fishy or ammonia-like smell due to the buildup of urea in the body. Liver problems might cause a musty or sweet odor, sometimes described as rotten eggs or moldy. Diabetes, especially when poorly controlled, can cause a fruity or acetone-like smell, sometimes called keto breath. Infections in the skin or body, or even certain types of cancer, can release foul-smelling compounds as well. So, if someone notices a sudden, strong, or strange body odor that's out of the ordinary, it's not just a cosmetic issue. It's a reason to visit the doctor. Our bodies are always communicating. The trick is learning how to listen. 4. Dehydration, the invisible amplifier. Water is more than just hydration, it's a flushing system. It helps remove toxins, regulate body temperature, and maintain the balance of electrolytes and waste in our bloodstream. But many older adults unintentionally drink less water throughout the day. Some may not feel as thirsty. Others avoid drinking too much to prevent frequent trips to the bathroom. And certain medications, such as diuretics, can worsen fluid loss. The result? Concentrated sweat and urine, which not only smells stronger but lingers longer. Dehydration also reduces saliva production, making breath odor more intense. A well-hydrated body runs cleaner. A dry body? Think of it like a swamp instead of a stream. Things tend to get stuck. 5. Lack of airflow. When smell has nowhere to go. Let's step away from biology for a moment and talk about environment. Many seniors spend most of their time indoors, especially in cooler seasons. Windows stay closed, ventilation systems may not work properly, and over time, the natural oils from skin, the scent of medications, cleaning products, and cooking odors can all settle into furniture, curtains, bedding, and carpets. Without regular airflow, these smells can build up and intensify. Even a clean person in a stuffy room can begin to notice lingering musty odors that are hard to shake. Think about it. If you bake a cake, the scent fills the room. But if you close all the windows and never let fresh air in, that smell won't just fade, it'll ferment into something much less pleasant. That's exactly what can happen in the homes of older adults. So it's not just about the person, it's about the space they live in, too. Putting it all together. So yes, two non in all is the main actor in the play. But these other players, diet, medication, hydration, health conditions, and environment, help shape the story. And the truth is, body odor is never just one thing. It's a complex combination of what you eat, how you live, what you take, and how your body works. It's a reflection of your inner and outer world. Understanding these influences isn't just about reducing odor. It's about promoting better health, improving daily comfort, and even encouraging early detection of health issues. So the next time someone says, "Why do older people smell different?" you can say, "Let me tell you, it's a fascinating mix of chemistry, biology, lifestyle, and love." What can be done about it? So let's say you're nodding along thinking, Okay, I get it. This non-enol stuff is natural. It's a part of aging. But is there anything we can actually do about it? The good news is, yes, absolutely, aging is inevitable. But how we experience it and how we manage its effects is well within our control. You don't have to douse yourself in perfume or obsess over your hygiene. In fact, there are many simple, smart, and science-backed steps that can help minimize that musty scent and keep you feeling fresh, confident, and in control. Let's explore them one by one. 1. Use antioxidant-rich skin products. We've already learned that 2 non-enol forms when fatty acids in our skin oxidize. So what's the natural solution? Fight oxidation. Skincare products rich in antioxidants, like vitamin C, green tea extract, vitamin E, and coenzyme Q10, can help neutralize free radicals before they turn into smelly byproducts. These ingredients act like little molecular shields on your skin, helping to slow down or block the formation of 2 non-enol. Look for serums, lotions, or body washes that contain these ingredients. They don't just help with scent. They also support healthier, brighter skin overall. So it's a win-win, better skin and a fresher scent. 2. Shower with the right soap. Here's something most people don't realize. Regular soap often doesn't remove 2 non-enol. That's because non-enol molecules are sticky and tend to cling stubbornly to the skin. But don't worry, there are soaps specifically designed to tackle this. Look for soaps that contain charcoal, a natural detoxifier that binds to oils and toxins on the skin. Persimmon extract, a traditional Japanese remedy that neutralizes non-enol and leaves the skin feeling fresh. Acidic formulas, soaps with a slightly acidic pH, closer to that of healthy skin, can help dissolve non-enol more effectively than neutral or alkaline soaps. These specialty soaps don't just mask the scent, they target the root cause, helping to prevent it from building up in the first place. 3. Wash clothes more frequently, even if they look clean. Here's another little-known fact. Non-enol clings to fabric, especially in places like collars, sleeves, underarms, and back panels. You might not see dirt, but the scent molecules are still there. And over time, they build up in clothing and can transfer back to the skin, even right after a shower. So even if your shirt looks clean, give it a wash. Use detergents with odor-fighting enzymes, and when possible, dry your clothes in the sun. Sunlight is a natural deodorizer, and UV rays help break down lingering compounds. Also, remember to wash bedding, couch covers, and bath towels more frequently. These soft surfaces act like scent sponges. 4. Ventilate your space. Let the air flow. Even the freshest person will smell less fresh in a stale room. One reason older homes or senior living spaces sometimes develop a grandma's house smell isn't because of the people, it's because of poor air circulation. Open the windows daily, even in winter if only for a few minutes. Let in sunlight, which not only kills bacteria, but also breaks down odors. Use fans or air purifiers with HEPA filters to keep air clean and moving. Add some houseplants, which help purify the air naturally. And if you cook often, be sure to use your kitchen vent or open a window. Cooking oils and food smells easily combine with body oils and create an unpleasant, lingering mix. Fresh air doesn't just help the house smell better, it lifts your mood and supports better lung and brain health too. 5. Stay hydrated, inside out. Water might not seem like an obvious tool in the fight against body odor, but trust us, it's a powerful one. When you're dehydrated, your body can't flush out toxins as efficiently. Sweat becomes more concentrated, your breath dries out, and your skin doesn't renew as quickly. All of this contributes to stronger, more noticeable odors. The fix? Drink more water. Aim for small, regular sips throughout the day. If plain water feels boring, add slices of cucumber, lemon, or mint to liven it up. Also, limit caffeinated drinks and alcohol, which can dehydrate you even more. Think of water as your body's internal shower. The more you flush, the cleaner you smell. E6. Eat clean to smell clean. You've heard it before, What goes in comes out, and that includes through your skin, diets high in fried foods, red meat, sugar, and processed snacks increase internal inflammation and oxidative stress. That means more fuel for two non-enol and other unwanted byproducts. But when you eat foods rich in fiber, water, and antioxidants, your body becomes more efficient at detoxing itself naturally. Here are a few food tips to support better body chemistry. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, and parsley help cleanse the blood. Citrus fruits like oranges and lemons support liver function and skin clarity. Green tea is packed with catechins, powerful antioxidants that fight odor-causing molecules. Cucumbers, melons, celery, and berries add hydration and help flush toxins. Eating fresh isn't just about health, it's about smelling healthy too. 7. See a doctor. If something smells off, let's be clear, not all odors are harmless. If you or someone you care for starts to develop a strong, sudden, or unusual body odor, it could be more than just non-enol. Sometimes, persistent or strange smells are early signs of health problems like diabetes, liver or kidney disease, thyroid issues, infections. There's no shame in noticing a change. In fact, your nose might detect something before blood tests do. So if something doesn't smell right, don't ignore it. Talk to a doctor. Aging gracefully, smelling fresh. So yes, old person smell is real, but it's not permanent, it's not inevitable, and it certainly doesn't define you. By taking simple steps, like using antioxidant-rich soaps, eating clean, staying hydrated, and keeping your home fresh, you can take control of how you feel and how you smell. Because aging isn't about giving up. It's about growing wiser, living better, and yes, smelling fresher too. Let's take a moment to step back from the science and the tips, because underneath all the talk about compounds and soaps and diet, there's something deeper at play here. We've all heard the phrase, old person smell. It gets tossed around casually, sometimes in jest, sometimes with a wrinkle of the nose. But let's be honest, more often than not it's used in a negative, even disrespectful way. And that's a shame, because that scent, that soft, earthy, time-worn smell, is not something shameful. It's not a sign of failure or neglect. It's not something to laugh at or whisper about. It's a sign of life lived. That scent carries with it the quiet echoes of decades, of people who have raised children, worked hard, loved fiercely, survived losses, built legacies, held history in their hands. When you walk into your grandmother's house and you catch that familiar smell, yes, it may be a trace of non-enol, but it's also the smell of home, of comfort, of stories, of her. In Japan, there's a word for it. Kareishu. It literally means the scent of aging. And while it acknowledges that aging brings change, it's not said with disgust. It's said with acceptance, with respect. In many ways, kareishu is seen as just another chapter in the story of the human body, like gray hair, laugh lines, or the slight slowing of one's step. It's not something to be fixed, it's something to be understood. We live in a culture that often tries to erase age, to pretend we're always young, to cover every wrinkle, dye every gray hair, and scrub away every natural change that time brings. But aging isn't a flaw, it's a privilege. And while there's nothing wrong with wanting to feel fresh, clean, and confident, there's also nothing wrong with simply being human. Having a scent that reflects a life lived deeply. So maybe it's time we shift the way we talk about this. Instead of calling it old person smell, what if we called it the scent of wisdom, the scent of experience, of having been through things, of having something to teach? Let's remember, the people we sometimes associate with this scent, our elders, are the same ones who helped raise us, protect us, guide us. They deserve our compassion, not our mockery. They deserve dignity, not deodorant jokes. And if you're someone who's aging, and we all are, don't let society shame you into feeling embarrassed about your body's natural changes. You are not defined by a scent. You are not less than because of biology. You are growing into a stage of life that holds incredible beauty. One that deserves to be honored, not hidden. With the right care, attention, and mindset, you can walk confidently through your golden years with freshness, grace, and pride. Because the truth is, you're not fading, you're evolving, and there's nothing more human or more beautiful than that. So the next time you notice that familiar scent, remember, it's not about poor hygiene or neglect, it's about biology, time, and chemistry. And if you're aging and notice your own scent changing, don't panic. You're not alone, and you can absolutely take steps to feel fresh and confident every day. Aging is a privilege, and understanding our bodies is a form of empowerment. Let's treat it that way. If you found this video helpful or surprising, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more content that helps you age boldly and beautifully. Thanks for watching, and remember, getting older isn't the end. It's just a new chapter.